Hello everyone, hope everybody's doing great today. Appreciate those who watch this video. I hope you enjoy it. I also appreciate my viewers. Of course, I appreciate my viewers, but my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. So let's talk about The Warrior and the Sorceress. This is starring David Carradine, and to be honest, I'm not a very big David Carradine fan. Actually, I really hate the actor. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say hate because the guy's dead. Shouldn't talk ill about those who've been deceased. I just don't like. I don't like his acting skills. Let's just say that, okay? I don't like David Carradine's acting skills. There's only maybe 3 movies I like him in: Kill Bill, the 2 Kill Bill movies, Volume 1 and Volume 2, and Death Race 2000. And he's the reason. He's not the reason I like those movies. Let's just say that. And so, but. The reason I watch this is because I'm big. I love sword and sorcery type of movies. It's my favorite type of stories. I got a lot of books like that. I love the magic and stuff that goes on in them. So no matter how far away I'll go and watch other kinds of movies, the good old sword and sorcery always will pull me back. I gotta watch one at least once a month. Because I really enjoy them. So let's talk about the sword and sorceress. Nothing about me. This is kind of like the Fistful of Dollars, starring Clint Eastwood, where you got this lone guy, David Carradine, comes in and he goes into this small town. You got 2 competing factions who are trying to compete against each other to get all the power in this city, village, town, whatever you want to call it. One faction controls the water and the well. That seems like it'd be game over. If you control the water and it's the only place you get the water, I don't care what the other side is. You're going to die of thirst. I would join the side that holds the water. But somehow, they could get the other faction on the other side who's trying to get the water too, So they're trying to battle them. So David Carradine goes in here and he's playing both sides off each other. At the beginning, he's working for one side. And then they said, we're going to let him do our dirty business. And then we're going to kill him. He hears that conversation, and so then he joins the other side, and he finds a sorceress there that I guess they have a past. Doesn't really explain if they have a past or not, but it's kind of hinted that they have a past, whatever the past is. So he goes work for them to try to destroy the other side. Meantime, he's trying to save the sorceress and rescue her. It's basically the plot of the movie, and it is... it's kind of interesting when you read it like that, So the plot has some potential. Unfortunately, the acting, the budget, the fighting, the script, really let the plot down big time. My biggest complaint is the fighting scenes in this. The fighting in a movie like this, those sort of sorcery movies, you need excellent fighting scenes. You need excellent fighting choreography, to really capture, to hold the audience attention. And in this one, boy, the fighting is so bad. The only one, I guess the great battle at the end, mediocre. Okay. It's really good for the movie, average to below average anywhere else. You could tell that they really took time with the final battle, the final fight scene, but you got a lot of weak stuff from the beginning to the end. I think it's because David Carradine, no matter what Quentin Tarantino tried to make him as a great fighter and the Kill Bill movies, he's not an action person, man. He can barely act, and fighting is terrible. Even Bruce Lee said the guy couldn't fight. Maybe that's why I'm getting my bias, but just watching this, you will see that this guy is not an action hero. He's no Arnold Schwarzenegger for sure when it comes to this type of movie. He's miscast big time miscast. I'm sure he still had somewhat of a name during his time period because he was in the TV series Kung Fu, and he had that Death Race 2000. So he's kind of like a mediocre big name. So that's probably why he got this role, but he is miscast in this. Big time miscast, like I said, and I don't know, he's not a very good actor. You got some interesting characters, though. You got like a lizard man type character in here. That's kind of interesting, kind of fascinating. You could whisper into his boss's ear. I really like the the slave master, the slave trader leader. I think he's probably the best character in this. Like, that actor really got into that character. You know, he's one that, if the movie revolved around David Carradine trying to save slaves, and that was the guy who acting it, and that was the movie, I think the movie would have been a lot better, because that guy did a really good job of playing that role. He's actually kind of believable. He's kind of like a sleazeball. You know, he's kind of smart as well. And I mean, the movie is. If the movie was based on that, I think it would have been a lot better than what we got here, considering like the two other main villains. The characters are, on paper, would be interesting, but the actors, or the direction that the director gave them, didn't really pull it off. But like I said, if it was between Carradine and the slave trader, the leader of the slave trade organization, that would have been a lot better movie than what we got here. I gotta hand it to the actress here who played the Sorceress. She must be very comfortable in her skin, considering the only thing she's wearing is a very skimpy underwear on the bottom, and then she's not wearing really any top. She has like a robe, but the robe doesn't cover anything. So she has clothes, but the clothes don't cover what they need to cover. So I mean, she had to be very comfortable in this, in her skin, to do this. And she is a good looking actress. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes, making sure I get everything I want to cover. And she does a good job playing the role as a sorceress. Surprised she didn't. I don't know what her career covered after this movie, if she did anything bigger or she got more roles, but she did a very well job. But David Carradine is so bad in this, fighting wise, acting wise. Like I said, he's very miscast. He doesn't look like a warrior that could kick everybody's booties whatsoever. His outfit is loose and baggy on him. He's not muscular. He's, you know, it would help if they put somebody who was strong, like, you know, like Lou, man, I can't pronounce his last name, but the guy who played Incredible Hulk. If he was in this role, it'd be good. Dolph Lundgren would have been good. You know, somebody with some physique would have been better than David Carradine. He just doesn't look like a warrior who's top notch. And the fighting that he does in this movie isn't fighting that a top notch warrior would do. So it's terrible. It's a terrible movie. I would not recommend it whatsoever unless you really love sword and sorcery movies. You might get a little enjoyment, but there's so many other better movies of that brand to watch. But if you love bad movies, you'll love this movie. I think you will love this movie. You know, one thing about bad movies is that sometimes they're worth watching because they're entertaining and they give you laughter, or, you know, this one does none of that. So maybe if you like bad movies, you might not like this movie. I'm sure it has a following. Every movie has some fans, right? But if you never watched this movie, never watch it, unless, you know, you're interested in seeing a bad movie and you love David Carradine because of the Kill Bill movies and you want to see some of his earlier works. Go ahead and try it, but I warned you, you're not going to like this movie. Hope, though, you like this review. The review might be as good as the movie. I don't know. You tell me. If you've seen this, leave some comments below. What do you think about the Warrior and the Sorceress? Do you think it's worth watching? Did you like it? Do you hate it? If you do like it, what do you like about it? I can tell you what I just told you what I hated about it. Not much I liked about it at all. The only thing I liked about it was the slave trade leader. I thought he did a really good job with that role. Kind of wish that the movie focused more about them trying to save the slaves from that guy, because he was definitely the best actor and the best villain of the movie. Have a great day. Bye.